So this is one of my latest creations. I just completed this last summer of '09, and this is it's a tall vessel. It's 16 inches tall from the base to the lid, and about 20 inches tall with a stand. This one just won Best Turning at the Sonoma County Museum. We had our annual artistry and wood show there, so I was quite happy with that. And this will also be on display in Hartford, Connecticut this coming June in 2010 for the annual AAW Symposium. Now this piece is composed of several different elements. The vessel itself, the bottom is I laminated this out of poplar, and then I gilded this with silver and did a technique where I used some genuine leaves as a negative space and then replaced those with gold leaf, and then did a sgraffito technique on the gold where I came back and scratched some of the details into the gold leaf with a small engraving tool. The top I've turned out of maple burl, so this is a beautiful, very old, dried piece of spalted maple burl. Now the interesting thing about that is that typically when turners turn wood, they like to turn wet wood. The grains are softer and more supple. This one was a much older, drier, spalted piece, hence much more difficult to turn, but a lot more interesting in terms of the grain and the colors and the textures. So I was going for a sort of an unusual look with this one. On the top of this, I turned a piece of snakewood. It's a segmented piece, so I cut it into segments, glued it back together, and then I also joined ebony to the top and the bottom. And I had to turn the base of the top so that that concave shape matched the same contour as the convex portion of the top of this maple burl vessel. So this is a hollow vessel. As I said, it's close to 16 inches deep, so you're getting that boring bar extended quite a bit over the tool rest. I've turned the lid out of some ebony, and this is just a friction fit. I like this cut that I did on the top, and that's sort of an interesting, faceted top there, and that fits into the lid. Now this vessel will stand up by itself, but of course nobody would be comfortable just letting this sit on the table. I did reverse mount this, and I did turn the bottom, so you can see some of the details that I incorporated into the bottom there, and that's always nice to see. And this mounts on a stand that I've made out of ebony. And the stand itself, the center ring is also turned. So this is a segmented turning. I took 8 sections of ebony, mitered those, glued those together into a ring, and I made 3 of those, staggered each glue joint, and then glued all 3 together into one solid ring. Then I mounted this on the lathe and turned that, and I had to turn it several times so that the inside diameter fit the vessel, so that when it dropped in there, it was located at just the right height. I didn't want it up too far or down too low. Now the legs on the stand are bent with lamination, and these are a tapered lamination, so there's 5 layers in each leg, and I had to do that to get strength to the legs. If you just take a piece and if you just bandsaw it out of one solid piece of wood, you'll have a lot of short grain, and it's likely to break off. So in milling these, I milled each leg out of 5 layers, and they taper from 3/32 of an inch at the top to 1/32 of an inch at the foot. And that way I could make a really nice, elegant foot that's very strong. The individual legs are half lapped into the ring, so there's a dado cut into the ring and a dado cut into the legs, and those are fit together. And then they are pinned with a small brass pin, and then they're capped with some ivory.